Look at that buck. Look at that buck. So anyway, I started falling down a little too many times and stepping on branches and wiping out, making too much noise for my still hunt through this particular area. So I basically gave up. Rule breaker number one, never give up. You never give up. And I gave up and I decided I was just gonna head out and head home and plot one more camera on the way out, and whammo. 50 yards away, this guy jumps up with a doe on a pinnacle rock of moss in the timber where I know her. She's one of my girls, I know who she is, and I know her bed, and I blew her out of there last year with about an inch of snow and a big buck lane weather in the exact same bed. So they bailed off the rock, and it was like one jump away from me, and she zigged to the left 2 bounds, crystal clear, could have shot her. I held right on her waiting for him. He did what bucks like this do. He zagged to the right, stayed out of sight, I never got a shot. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're kidding me. I had him at 50 yards. If I hadn't given up, I would have walked right down, seen them in their beds, and I would have videotaped them and videotaped the shot. But of course, I gave up, rule number one, and I screwed up everything, kinda. So I slowed right down. I didn't go jumping, running after them. I gambled that he didn't see me. I gambled that he just went with that doe and followed her lead and got spooked. Never went running after him. I just sat there. I didn't move for probably a good solid 45 minutes. I had to mess with my last trail camera and get a new SD card out of the spare slot of that camera to get it working. I thought, well, if I can't, I didn't get an exact look at what he was, but I knew he was a no-brainer. That's usually when you assign him a big mature buck in timber like that real quick, is the second you look at him, you recognize him as a shooter. That's when you drop the hammer. On a buck like that, boom, it's huge, you do it. So anyway, I started tracking him down. He was zigged off to the right. She zigged left, he zigged right. If he saw me, he would have bolted and forgot about her forever and saved his butt, which they do. But he never saw me, so I took a gamble and maybe he didn't see me and he's just reacting with the doe. And sure enough, I got lucky. So I went down towards the doe more. He went to the right, she went to the left. I went down to the left to see if I could cut him off, because typically they might go downhill and circle back into that doe and maybe I'd bump into him. Or I could pick up his track in the moss down there on a trail and find out which way it went. So after about 15 minutes, I found some fresh prints dogging down a trail and cutting to the left in the direction that doe went. I took a wild gamble. I looked along the moss and guessed where he walked. It wasn't probably 1 minute after that, there he was, right here where he lays, looking back up that trail, and it was his track, and I did the right thing. I waited. I guessed that he didn't see me. I guessed he didn't know what it was that spooked her, and I guessed he was going to calmly go back to the doe, and his guard was still going to be down because he didn't see me. Didn't see any predators, didn't smell one. Something spooked her, he spooked with her, but it didn't register in his mind. He didn't see it. He stayed in his little rut trance and cost him. But I got him. That's what happened. So I got to get him cut up now. It's getting late.